everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are practicing. Where I'm at, it's kind of late morning time. In Ayurveda, we know this late morning time is Pitta. So in Ayurveda, there's the three different doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. That lunchtime from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is known as Pitta time. This is often the time where you might take on some more ambitious tasks or things like that, and then you're going to have a really nourishing lunch right around noon. And then what I have planned for us is restorative yoga. Fairly prop heavy, that's kind of the name of the game with restorative yoga. Using the props to really allow your body to sink into the poses that will hold for a decent amount of time. So if you have these available, grab them. You can have a couple of bolsters. If you don't have bolsters, you can grab a couple of thicker pillows or some thicker blankets. We'll also use a blanket, and this can just be nice to have some added warmth if you tend to get chilly like I do. A couple of blocks, I have 3. We may use all 3 of those, but if you don't have all 3, that's okay too. And then an eye pillow, if you have one, would be really nice for the belly up poses. So if you don't have any of those, that's okay. You can still engage in the practice. You'll just want to make sure that maybe you're not holding quite as long, or you do grab a couple of books or something like that to support your body. And with that, we'll start seated. So if you would like to sit up on a bolster, on a block, or on a blanket, that will be really nice. And then bring hands together at prayer in front of your heart. And we'll just have a few breaths together. So take a breath in through your nose. H-A, ha, exhale, sound out. Twice more, breathe in. Final one, long, slow. Notice just how a couple of mindful breaths may shift your energy quite a bit. And feel free to stay with your eyes soft, maybe all the way closed if you know where we're going, or if you understand where we're going with just the cues, feel free to do that. Otherwise, welcome in some light by blinking your eyes open. Amazing. So we'll start just intertwining hands together behind you at your low back, making a fist. Sit up nice and tall and just kind of feel this front line opening here, keeping your chin level down to the earth below you, really extending your fist back behind, opening up nice and big all the way through the top part of your chest here. Good. Breathe in. Stay for your breath out. Good. Now bring your fist over to your left side body here, and then drop left ear down towards your left shoulder. So you're getting some opening through the right side of your neck. Continue to sit up nice and tall through your spine, and then see if you can lengthen both shoulders away from your head, and just breathe, soften. Just a few moments here. Good, and then inhale, come up. Switch the grip of your fist behind you. Sit up nice and tall, stretch one more time. Good, and then other side. So right, or hands over to the right side. Right ear coming down. Feeling the stretch along the left side of your neck. And you're not going for like the biggest possible stretch that you can get. You're just looking for a little bit of stretch here. And then as you feel that stretch, see if you can then soften a little more. The restorative practice is meant to be really gentle and soothing and grounding. It's like this practice of just being a witness to your body. Good. Inhale, come back up. One more time here, sit up nice and tall, stretch your fist behind you, breathe in. And then breathe out. All right, let's go into our next asana here. So you'll use your blocks as options. So you'll find seated butterfly, and some of you may want to stay up on your bolster. Some of you may want to kick the bolster out. That's totally fine. You can take a couple of moments and shift around into the shape that will best serve you. With your blocks, you're going to angle them a little bit upward. So the kind of rough edge of the block, if you will, is on the ground, and then the smooth short side is coming up underneath your legs. And then you can play around. You can have a really big sort of long triangle with your legs if you would like, or you can bring your legs closer. You'll just kind of play around and find the depth that serves you best. So this is option one. You can stay right here seated. Ears, shoulders, and hips all stacking is perfect. The next layer is you can take bolster number 2, or you can take some blocks if you have some extra blocks. And you'll start to round down, and that's a little too far for me. I'm going to use my bolster for now. This is kind of option number 2, so you have a little bit more intensity with the forward fold. Hands can just rest either on your feet or on the ground. So that's another layer. The final option, if you would like, you can keep your head resting down on your supports, and then you'll cross arms. And I'll cue us when we're about halfway through so you can cross the stack of your arms, but just reaching maybe for your shins or maybe for your knees. And getting, with that arm stretch, you're getting a little bit more opening through your back line. So inner thighs are opening, back line is opening, you're getting that forward fold, so some compression through your torso there as well. So kind of pick the option that would be best for you. And we'll be here for several moments. So I'll get into my pose and hold it with you all. I'll cue us when we're about halfway through, whether you have the arms placed or not. You'll know that we're about that halfway mark. So join me in the position that best serves you for this practice, and allow your body to be held and heavy. There's not really a focus on your breath in these restorative shapes or asanas. You just may notice that you're breathing deeper at some times, or maybe that your breath is really relaxed. There's not much conscious thought towards it. Both or any of those experiences are welcomed. As we hold each shape, you may notice that there's some more opening, so maybe you adjust the height of your hands if you did the crossed elbows. Maybe you can lower your head down a little bit more. Or in fact, maybe it's too much and it's too deep and you need to come out. That is okay too. If you did the arm variation, you'll just gently swap so your opposite arm will be on top. And if you need to adjust and maybe you don't have your grip as high, or maybe it needs to be a little higher, feel free to adjust. Also adjust how far down your head is. Just tailor the practice here, tailor the shape for your body. relaxed breaths. Just a few more moments in this shape. And before we find any sort of bigger movement, begin to deepen your breath. As you deepen now, relax through your hands. If you took that position with your arms, slowly uncross. If you did the forward fold, you'll remove a prop or two, whatever you used. And then I like to bring fingertips to my head, just sort of as a reminder to be gentle, slow as you lift your torso upright. And hang there. Just allow your body to acclimate to being upright. And now you'll slowly, using your hands, close knees towards center. Good. And you can remove your props out. I've got my dog making a cameo over here. If you can see her, she's very relaxed with me. Then extend legs out and a little rotation side to side. Just moving slow. Keeping everything really grounded, really heavy. Okay, now we'll move into our next shape here. If you've practiced with me a couple of times, this is one of my favorites. So I always have to do this one. Not always, but some of the time. Okay, so we'll do a reclined butterfly. So it'll be the same shape with your legs, but rather than this fold forward, kind of hunching into our front line, we'll invite some more opening through the back line. So kind of doing that, the back line opening. So with a bolster, if you have one, you can also do this with just blocks as well. So if you're just doing it with blocks, I'll do a quick demo of that. So one block will be kind of the second height, and this will go between your shoulder blades. Some of you may do the lower layer too, and that's okay. You can do second block. Again, some of you may need it or not. Behind your, so you're kind of making a little T that'll support your neck. So if you're just doing it with the blocks, kind of arrange yourself here so that the block is right between your shoulder blades, and then that other block catches your head, and you'll kind of figure out the height. So you don't want a really big extreme opening here through your neck, especially if you're getting ready to go to bed. That can be quite a bit through your neck. So pick the depth there that feels best. And then legs can be long. Legs can be fallen bridge, knocking together, or you can also do that same Supta Baddha with your knees opened. If you're doing that though, you'll want to either have a bolster or maybe a blanket underneath your knees, just so that you're not holding your body up in that position. So you can just slide something else underneath your knees or maybe even underneath your thighs, so that your legs can rest opened. And the other option, if you've got a bolster, that can be a little bit more supportive, a little bit more cozy, which is always my preference, to be cozy. So you'll use your blocks still here, but maybe just the one. Kind of prop it up so you have a nice angle. And then you'll come down, same thing, either using another bolster if you have one. If you don't, that's okay too. You can use your other blocks, that's what they're there for. So blocks to support underneath your knees. You'll scooch up to the bolster. You'll have your eye pillow, because we'll use this. And then come down. If you've got a blanket, you can cover yourself, because your body will get chilly here. So we'll be here for a little bit. So you can cover yourself, cover your feet, cover your upper body. Some of you may also prefer to have a little support underneath your neck, and you'll make a little neck pillow if that's the case. So lots of options here. The name of the game is just finding the support, so that even though we know like maybe your legs can open without the support, and that's fine, using the support so that your body can rest. This is so helpful on nervous systems. If you have any kind of vata aggravation or this like rajasic quality in your mind, this kind of restlessness and constantly going, the restorative practice is just so beautiful for that. And if you've got an eye pillow, feel free to place that over your eyes. This is a homemade Kate design. Has a little bit of lavender in it, has a little bit of flaxseed in it. And I'm just gonna rest that right on top of my eyes. And then arms can fall right alongside your body. If it feels better, they can come to your hips. Some of you may also have added blocks. So just as a quick demo, you can have blocks underneath your arms too. That can feel really nice. And friends, we'll be here for several moments. So find the layer with your props, set yourself up, get cozy, get covered as you need to, and enjoy. Let us know, kind of cue a little bit as we go through. But for now, allow everything to be held and settled, cool, slow, supported. We're so often in a rush, or at least I am. And when we rush, it can leave us feeling really untethered and ungrounded. And even sometimes with those questions of like, where did my day even go? The restorative practices allow us just to be still. It's as if we can kind of bend time and be slower, more mindful of where our day goes. If you notice any parts of your body where you feel like you're holding or gripping, see if you can have a little bit more softness, a little bit more ease in those parts of your body. Even if it's just by a few percentage points. If you notice that your mind seems to be rapid fire, that's okay. Sometimes it can be helpful to name your breath. So as you take a breath in, you name it, inhale. And as you exhale, you name it, exhale. visualization as you have thoughts. You can imagine each one as a cloud, that we're the sky behind the clouds. As you notice one thing come up, you're like, oh, that's a cloud. And maybe as you notice it, it just as quickly dissipates. And we're just here for a few more moments. Begin to deepen through your breath. Signaling to your body that we're about to move. If you have an eye pillow, just slowly release that. Keep your eyes closed so it's like an easy invitation back into the light. And then you'll close your legs towards center if you did that option. There's not a super graceful way to exit out of this pose. So if you have a really big bolster like I do, you'll just scoot your hips a little bit over to the side, kind of roll to your side. If you were closer down to the ground or on blocks, you'll actually straight up roll all the way over onto the ground, onto your side body for supported fetal pose. And just stay there for a few moments. And then from here, you'll push your way up seated, nice and slow and gentle. Allow your body to acclimate to this new shape. Good. And we'll end with a breathing exercise. So you'll come back to seated on your prop if you want to sit up on a bolster or your blanket. If you're feeling a bit chilly, feel free to wrap yourself in a blanket or cover your feeties, maybe your upper body. Just easy pose though, so cross through your ankles. You can also sit on your knees if that feels better, or if you need to sit on a chair, that's okay too. All the different options are welcomed. And for this, if you are new to practicing alternative nostril breathing, or what's called nadi shodhana breath, you're just going to fold in your middle and ring, or no, your ring and pinky finger on your right hand. I said it wrong again. I'm dropped into my own yoga state here. Index and middle finger will fold in, and then your ring and pinky finger will be out. And you're going to use your finger placement to manually close and open your nostrils. So I'll talk us through it, and then feel free to join in. If you're already familiar with this breath work, feel free to do this on your own. So you're going to close down to start. You're going to close down the right nostril, just really easily shut down your right nostril. You're going to breathe in through the left side. Close the left side with your ring finger, and then exhale out through the right side of your nose. Inhale through the right side. Close the right side, exhale left. That's one full round, so join with me. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. close the right, exhale left. And you'll keep going just a few more on your own. And your breath pattern may be quite different from mine. That's okay. As you do more practice with pranayama or breath work, you'll notice that your breaths will start to lengthen as well. And that you just start where you're at. Keep breathing. This practice is great for balancing the masculine and feminine energies in our bodies. We're getting sort of this fresh flow of prana, or life force to each of our organs. And we'll do one more full round here, making your final exhale out through the left side. And when you're done, you'll release your right hand down. No rush. And as you complete your breath, just notice, observe how different you feel now compared with how you felt when you started your practice. Maybe you rested your eyes closed. Feel free to keep them closed. Gather hands together at your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me, for taking time to develop your own grounded, cooling, soothing practice. Let's take 2 breaths together. Breathe in through your nose. Ha, exhale. One more, breathe in. Elevate thumbs to your third eye, to the place in me that is calm and grounded, to the place in you that is also calm and grounded, and to the place in all things that are also calm and grounded, to that place of connection, of calm. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day or great rest of your evening. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on your mats again very soon. Okay, bye.